Hi, I am Jitesh Mohnot, Assistant Professor of Strategy and Entrepreneurship at IIT Jodhpur. I did my PhD from IIM Trichy in the year 2020 in the area of strategy. To talk about the research journey or research environment, I'll come to journey later, but let's say the research environment in the campus at IIM Trichy, well, I can say that among all institutes that I have heard of, certainly our coursework is at par with other best of the IIMs in the country. So if you look at the coursework that a PhD student goes through, it is rigorous, it is also comprehensive. So let's say you join in a particular area, right, you do area-based courses, method courses and philosophy courses. And I believe that when I go and talk to PhD students from other universities, IITs and others, I can very well, with a lot of confidence, say that the kind of rigor and kind of readings that we got, the quality of faculty who pushed us to read and analyze papers critically, helps us today when we go out and teach to multiple cohorts, whether it is master's program or even doctoral program. So I joined in 2014 June, and that time the first year of the coursework was co-equal and co-terminus with the PGP one. And today when I look back, I think that was one of the best years of my PhD program, because I was exposed to multiple functions of management. However, I did my MBA before coming here, but certainly I did not do an MBA from an IIM. Therefore, it was important for us to learn how different courses and how do different courses add up, right, as far as learning of business management is concerned. So the first year went with the PGPs. Also, you learn about how do MBA students, the new cohorts think, the PGPs think, how do you compete with them. Okay, and also given that I was admitted into strategy area, it is important for you to know every function in detail because strategy is about integration between various functions. Second year, and in second year coursework, it was about area-based courses where we learn the fundamentals of strategy, the foundations of strategy in economics, sociology, and organizational behavior, and also we did a course on advanced organization theory, which was one of the probably the best courses that I did in the second year because it exposed us to multiple grand theories in organization and management. As well as we also had courses on the phenomenon that strategy researchers engages into, such as diversification, vertical integration, strategic alliances, so on and so forth. From the foundations of strategy perspective, which was another course where we were given the classic story. For example, the theory of the growth of the firm by Penrose, Syatt and March, behavioral theory. So they were basically the books, right, the foundational books through which strategy field has grown in terms of its research output. So that was the thinker's part, as far as strategy coursework is concerned. And then we had a course on strategy as a process, where we looked at how strategies are really formulated and how do firms grow, and how strategy plays a role in firms growth or not plays a role. There are two sides to it. So that was again a great course where we also exposed to strategy practice perspective. After that, I decided on the topic. So I took a topic around business community. So we wanted to understand actors who have not gone to business school, right? And then, but they are performing well for centuries. So what are their strategies and frameworks? So if you look at the field of strategic management, we always assume that strategy leads to performance. Now, if this is a very strong phenomenon that we believe in and we assume, then the question is, actors who have been performing well, what are their strategies, right? So if strategy is what is taught in business schools in terms of frameworks, then fine, we can go ahead and study managers. But then there are actors who have not gone to business school. People who are created in business communities, who have grown in business, such as Marwadis, Gujaratis, Parsis, Sindhis, Khojars, Muslim Voras. So we wanted to understand, okay, they have not gone to business school, but they have been successful in this country as a community. So what are their frameworks and their strategy tools through which they have been able to perpetuate performance for a long period of time? But the problem was that we do not have a database where we can check out the data. Most of these firms are not listed. They are not obliged to follow the disclosure norms. So therefore, we used an anthropological method of inquiry, and therefore, this is where IIM Trichy comes in, because many B schools are very narrow in terms of their methodological focus. But the faculty at IIM Trichy uses varied methodologies. So therefore, one has a lot of freedom to choose the method they want to because the guidance is available. If you look at ethnography in strategy, I don't know how many business schools in India really help students if you want to do it, and so is for other methods. So that's why we have a variety of methods to choose from because the expertise in terms of the faculty resources are available in the institute. So I joined under Professor Sankal Pratap, who himself did ethnography of a steel firm, large steel manufacturer. So I then he was my guide, and he has also done some bit he has also covered some bit of business communities as part of his field work in Kolkata. So therefore I then started my journey on that topic, and that's how. So I took ethnography. So I went to an industrial town in Rajasthan to collect data, and the method was ethnography, where I stayed there for 1 year and worked as a Muni in a firm, an 80-year-old textile firm, and through that I try to understand Marwari business community and try to theorize around what are their frameworks and tools. And my thesis was a 2-essay thesis. So my first essay was on governance mechanisms. Given that these firms are sole proprietorship partnerships and they are limited liability firms, we wanted to know, okay, what are their governance mechanisms, because obviously they will also have principal agent and principal conflicts. But we wanted to know how do they address it, because they are unlimited liability firms and as far as their organizational form is concerned. So that was my first paper. It got published in Organization, which is a leading critical management studies journal. Just to put it on record, and thanks to IIM Trichy and my advisors, this was the second paper from India in the history of the journal. It's titled as Governance of Marwari Capital. And then my second essay was on value appropriation. So we wanted to understand the social drivers of value appropriation. So what we see is that positioning school will predict that in a fragmented industry, all firms would have a normal returns. And that was the case in our context also. Most of these textile businesses that we were looking at had the average net profit margin of 5%. So that is the average. But then looking closely, we found that there is stark difference between the net profit margin of people who belong to business community vis-a-vis people who do not belong to business community. So while if they were businessmen belonging to a certain business community in the same industry, in the same geography, they would have a net margin of 5 to 6%. But the other one had a 50% lesser margin, net profit margin. So we want to know from where it is coming from. Given that it's fragmented industry, all have access to the same set of resources, serves the same geographies, source the fabric from the same set of suppliers or same kind of clusters. We wanted to understand from where is this difference coming from. And our answer to that was that it lies in the daily doings of these businessmen, and that's how we deployed a strategist practice framework to really theorize around social drivers of value appropriation.
In my last 4 years of experience, I've come to believe that there are two key ingredients to a good PhD. One is faculty resources, and second is the overall ecosystem of research that has been created inside the institute. At IIM Trichy, I believe it qualifies on both of these parameters at a very high score, because as far as faculty resources are concerned, faculties have been drawn from the best of the institutes in India and abroad, who have published in the best of the journals such as Strategic Management Journal, Journal of Management Studies, etc. Harvard Business Review, in terms of practitioner journals. So therefore you have faculty who have published in top journals and have done meaningful research. That is first. Second comes about the ecosystem. So if you look at the ecosystem of research inside IIM Trichy, one is a rigorous coursework that a student is subjected to once he joins. Second is the hard infrastructure. So whether it is classroom infrastructure, the cruise-shaped floating library that we have, which is perhaps the best in India as far as physical infrastructure or physical infra is concerned. And then another thing of the ecosystem that I want to really delve into is the inter-area conversation. So we all know that any business school will have 7, 8, 10 areas, right? So, so now if you look at, let's say I joined in strategy, but if you look at other areas such as organizational behavior and human resources or finance, so I had a lot of conversations, and my topic got enriched through a lot of conversations that I had with the faculty from other areas, such as I still remember Professor Gopal Varadarajan. We would travel in the bus because that time our campus was shifting from IIT Trichy to IIM Trichy. I'm talking of 2017. We used to travel from NIT to the new campus because the faculty homes have not come up by then. And 1 hour, 1.5 hours in the morning and 1.5 hours in the evening. So 3 hours every day. We had lengthy conversations on business communities, which was my topic of research, and how to theorize it, or what are the various elements of the phenomenon that could be, or phenomena that can be looked at. So therefore, and he was a professor of finance, right? Same is with Professor Hari Sri Kumar in marketing, right? He helped me shape my thinking as far as critical thinking is concerned. So he did his PhD under Professor Rohit Verma at IIM Calcutta. So the age of the institute should not be known by the number of years it has completed in terms of its incorporation. It should be known by the fact that the faculty who has joined here have done their PhD and the senior researchers based in IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Calcutta or IIM Bangalore, all good foreign universities. And their learnings of those professors are also flowing to the students when they join here. So it's in a strictly intellectual tradition. It's always it flows from the guru after guru. So when you join here, it's not only you are not learning what the faculty has learned and teaching you. It is also the faculty of faculties who would also done meaningful research that is also coming to you. So therefore, Professor Hari Sri Kumar, when I used to speak to him, it was not only Hari speaking, but it was also Professor Rohit Verma speaking, who continues to be his collaborator and his mentor. So therefore, and he is professor of marketing. So therefore, you get a well-rounded view of your topic from multiple perspectives, and they suggest you good readings, and they also help you to understand them. And also the 24/7 kind of environment here also shaped us. So I would catch hold of Professor Gopal in parking areas, in corridors, and then we would just randomly start talking. And then we start on one point, but the conversation would lead to some meaningful takeaways, and which would go into my thesis. My paper in organization, if you look at, acknowledges professors of other areas. So therefore, this institute doesn't work in silos in that way. In terms of interdisciplinarity, it allows you to really explore at the intersection of areas.